Hey, what's going on, everybody? Welcome back to Broku no Hero. In today's video, we'll be talking about the brand new Black Clover chapter, chapter 204. So I'm going to leave a link down below in the description where you can go read this when it is officially released on Viz. And also, guys, of course, this will obviously have manga spoilers, because this is a video about the manga. It's inherently going to have spoilers. If you don't want to be spoiled, read the damn manga, or just go watch a different video. But anyways, guys, this chapter was a pretty good one, and overall, I just love it because it gave us a lot of information of what happened at the very beginning of Black Clover, as in the ancient demon versus the first Wizard King. So, it turns out that Nero, her real name is Secre, however you pronounce it. She had the sealing magic, and the royals believed her to be useless. They believed that magic to be useless, so they sent her to be the assistant of the first Wizard King. The first Wizard King is just like Julius. He loves magic. He's obsessed with it. And so he sees Secre's sealing magic as something that is really cool. Now, the first Wizard King, though, the thing with him is he created the magical device that was used like 20 chapters ago in a different flashback that showed how the royals stole the mana from the elves. So the first Wizard King actually made this device. It was going to be paired with the magic stones to give mana to humans who had low mana. So it was going to get rid of class disparity. This is why the royals did not like the first Wizard King. He wanted to bring balance to the force. Well, he wanted to bring balance to mana, and he wanted to balance the social classes. So the first Wizard King had a very noble virtue of trying to equalize people, because people were unfairly born with very high amounts of mana and very strong magic types. This is where the devil pretty much took advantage of the situation, and he convinced the royals to use this device and to go steal the mana from the elves. And this devil took over the body of the minister and used his word magic to basically trap the first Wizard King. So this is probably the devil from recent chapters where everybody's been fighting him, because he says stuff and then it happens. Luckily, Secre, or Nero, was able to use her sealing magic to break out the first Wizard King, but unfortunately for them, it was far too late, as by the time they got to the wedding, all the elves were slaughtered, and Licht was about to turn dark. His grimoire had already been turned into a 5-leaf clover grimoire, and the devil was over his shoulder, basically talking to him. But Licht had used the magic stones to summon apparently the most forbidden spell ever, and he summoned the ancient demon. Now, I don't know if he summoned the demon or if he became the demon. We don't necessarily know yet, but in the very end of the chapter, it is revealed the first Wizard King's name. It is, in one translation, Lumiere, and the other, Lumiel. Now, these are two different but similar meanings. Lumiere is like French for light. Lumiel is an archangel, the archangel of light. So what's very interesting here is that the name of the first Wizard King, either Lumiere or Lumiel, shows that there's even more parallels between these two. Both are users of a 4-leaf clover grimoire, both are blessed by mana, both are leaders of their tribes or country, both are extremely powerful, and both want peace between the two species of humans and elves, and add on, both of their names means light. I believe that Licht's name in Dutch and German means light, and so you have light and light here. Two huge parallels here. It was a very cool reveal to see that. So basically, I'm sure the next chapters are going to be the first Wizard King fighting Licht, this ancient demon. And now, actually, that I think about it, since Licht says, "Please kill me," I'm sure the ancient demon is actually Licht, and it takes over his body and shit like that. But basically, Licht thought for a brief second that the first Wizard King had betrayed him, but then he knew that it was not him. And with the first Wizard King arriving, pretty much proved that the first Wizard King and Licht, they trusted each other. So it was just that brief second of despair that caused Licht to think that the first Wizard King had betrayed him, which caused him to go into his 5-leaf clover state and summon the ancient demon. What's weird is that we don't see a dark elf here in terms of a dark elf Licht. That would have been pretty cool It would have been cool if, there was this ancient demon, and then it was revealed that Dark Elf Licht and Lumiere, the first Wizard King, had teamed up together to fight it. But I guess that'd be really drawn out, because you had to have Dark Elf Licht first master his state or whatever, and then, kind of like what Patri did. But overall, really good chapter, and I'm excited to see more in depth the fights of the first Wizard King and the demon Licht, because in episode 3 of the anime, we kind of saw it, but hopefully that was just a little bit of the fight, and in the manga, we'll get a few chapters of a really, really good fight here. I really do think that is something that we deserve after all these years of supporting this series, and I'm really just looking forward to seeing and reading this fight. And then probably in a few weeks after that, we'll get back, and I'm excited to see everybody see the first Wizard King. Not only am I excited to see everybody see Nero, who was really this girl who was an assistant to the first Wizard King, and she was also a noble, but I also want everybody to see the first Wizard King. I think the reactions to that are going to be insane. Are people going to even realize it, or what? It's going to be some really, really cool stuff here. So, some of my predictions for the next chapter, or chapters, is we're going to get, the first Wizard King versus Licht, the demon Licht at least, and that is going to be a pretty emotional fight, I'm going to assume, because they were best friends, fighting for their ideals, and then the devil came in and ruined all that. And I don't know how this is going to be written. It might be in the style of how all the weird matchups, when it was Mirleona and Fugolion fighting Veto and Kaiser. What if it's it's kind of back and forth, where it's showing the Wizard King fighting Devil or Demon Licht, and then it's flashing back into the present time, where it's the first Wizard King meeting Licht again, and then them teaming up together and fighting the Devil. Honestly, this is becoming into a really good story. The first Wizard King, he wanted peace between not only humans between themselves, but humans and the elves. So he created a device that would combine very powerful elven mana with very technologically advanced human magic technology to bring humans up to the equal footing level, and also bring peace between two tribes. And the devil came in and played on the prejudices of the first Wizard King. The royals wanted to keep their class structure. If you're at the top, a lot of times you're going to stay at the top. So the devil played on that. The devil gave them the magic device that the first Wizard King used and said, oh, here, you can steal mana. And honestly, the way that the devil words how the humans are going to go attack the elves when he's talking to the first Wizard King, he's like, well, they're going to go slaughter the princess and an entire race, and they're going to protect themselves from having harm done to them. So the devil might have convinced them that the elves were about to attack the humans or something like that. I would not leave that out for the devil being capable of doing that. That would make it much more likely for the humans to want to attack the elves. Now, yeah, the humans, and especially the royals, are shown to be jealous of the elves' power, but if they're jealous but also scared of an attack, then they are going to be much more likely to go and take the initiative and steal the mana from the elves. So, overall, I love this chapter. We got to see Nero, or Sekra, in action. We got to see some development of the relationship between Licht and the first Wizard King, Lumiel, or Lumere, I don't know how to freaking say it, but we got an additional parallel. So the first Wizard King and Licht, they were just meant to be friends and meant to be an alliance together. We got to see more of the devil's plans, and just at the very end, we learned that Licht did go into despair, and his devil went into a 5-leaf, and he used the magic stones to create this ancient demon thing, the ancient demon of legend that the first Wizard King defeated. And then it's going to be the first Wizard King versus the ancient demon. This is going to be crazy. I cannot wait for next week's chapter. Really cannot wait to see this. We can see the power of the first Wizard King. I've theorized for so long that the first Wizard King should be the most powerful mage we've ever seen in Black Clover. He should theoretically be a lot more powerful than even the devil with soul word magic. As remember, if you want to say, oh, well, the devil was stronger than the first Wizard King, as shown in this chapter, first Wizard King was taken off guard, and even then the devil was like, wow, you're actually pretty strong. But like I said before, the first Wizard King, he has the 4-leaf Clover Grimoire, he has light magic, and he has mana that rivals Licht. And remember, Licht, when he was first revealed, his true form in Black Clover, when he was resurrected, he doesn't even have half of his mana, and he has by far more mana than anybody else. So the first Wizard King has equal mana to Prime Licht. So this should be the most powerful mage we've ever seen in Black Clover, and he's about to fight the Ancient Demon. So this is going to be a really cool fight. I wonder if we're going to see parallels to the fight that was in episode 3 when it was showed a little bit. I believe it was like the first few minutes of the episode, but overall, I'm really hyped, guys. Let me know your thoughts of this chapter down below. Please do leave a like, comment, and subscribe. And do you think that the first Wizard King is going to defeat him as easily as he did in the anime? In the anime, it looks like the first Wizard King just kind of flew around a little bit. Then he just binded the demon and killed him. Looked like it was seemingly no difficult. But let me know how you think it's going to go down below. Or do you think we're just not going to even get this depiction? Hope you guys all have an amazing day. Plus...